You can definitely see that I did not clean up before filming this. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra. I'm a married mom of 2 small boys, and I also own an indoor playroom here in St. Louis. I create content on TikTok and obviously YouTube because that is where we are right now. I asked on my community tab and on IG if you guys had any questions for me. I did this about maybe 6 months ago, but so much has changed since then. There's a lot more of us here, and I thought we could do an updated Q&A. So we've got 3, that's 6, we've got 3 categories. It seemed like you guys asked a lot of personal questions, questions about the playroom, and tons of questions about fidgets. So I broke it up into those categories. So let's dive right in, and let's start with the first category. I got asked so many times how old I am, how old the boys are, how old my husband is, and I'm 30, my husband is 30 as well. I will be 31 in June. AJ turns 7 on March 31st, and Charlie just turned 4 in December. What is your favorite thing about being your own boss? And I would have to say freedom. Freedom to come and go as I please. If I need to leave early for a soccer game or because my husband got off early, I certainly can do that. I also love the freedom to share everything with you guys. A lot of corporations don't let people share as much as I do on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. And I love that I can do all of that with you guys. What was my dream job as a child? And let me tell you, I didn't even know this was a job. And I certainly didn't know that this was a job. I didn't know that people made money on YouTube. TikTok wasn't a thing. So none of this was even on my radar. As a child, I wanted to be a Disney Channel star. I wanted to be the next Hilary Duff. I wanted to sing and act and dance. You guys have seen me dance. You guys have heard me sing. We all know that wasn't gonna happen. Baby Sierra had big dreams. When did I have my children? So I got pregnant with AJ when I was 22, and I had him at 23. And Charlie, I got pregnant at 25 and had him at 26. It always takes me so long to calculate that in my head. Probably the question I got asked the most was, are we gonna have more kids? The answer is probably not. No, we're not gonna have any more children. We spent all of our 20s focusing on our family and our children, and I think for the next decade of my 30s, I still wanna focus on my children, obviously, but I want to focus on my career, my job, the business, and that's just really hard to do with infants. AJ and Charlie are a lot more self-sufficient now. They can come into the playroom, work with me, we can be together, and having an infant, it's just not the same. And then the last personal question is, can I do a house tour? Obviously, I can't do that on this video, but do you guys really want to see a house tour? I feel like I get asked that a lot on TikTok Live, and that wasn't only asked once, it was asked a couple times. So do you guys want a house tour? Let me know down in the comments. Okay, let's hop into the playroom questions. People would like to know, what is my favorite thing about the playroom? Now, it's not really a thing, but it's the ability to bring my family in. I have my mom come in and help me all the time. My husband's constantly helping me. My dad will bring me lunch. He'll go pick up toys. It's just basically like a big family because it is a family. I get to involve my family. I also get to stay open late and have everybody that I love come in and have pizza night and let the kids play. So definitely my favorite thing about the playroom is the abilities it gives me to spend more time with my family in such a fun space. How many kids come into the playroom a day? This is kind of a hard question because it is constantly changing because of the weather, because of the COVID regulations, but I do have a spreadsheet, and on average, about 10 kids come in a day. Now, I do have some days, like during the election, where nobody came in. Huge events on TV, like the election, the Super Bowl, or the inauguration will definitely plummet numbers. And then I also have days where 20 kids will come. That is spread out through the whole day, so they're not all here at one time. I'm only at 50% capacity right now. I did go all the way down to 25% capacity. So like I said, it's constantly changing, but on average about 10. There's just a lot of factors that go into that. How long have you had the Playroom? I bought it in July, and our first open day was July 1st of 2020. So we're coming up on that 1-year anniversary, and I want to do something fun. I couldn't really have like a big grand opening, but I'm hoping by July I can. So it wouldn't be a grand opening, it'd be like a 1-year anniversary party. So if you guys have any fun ideas for what we can do for that, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to involve you guys, maybe go live, have like a big fun party. What is Grandma's Playroom? I get asked a lot. Are you a teacher? Are you a nanny? Is it a daycare? And I'm none of those things. Grandma's Playroom is an indoor play space for families to enjoy together. So the parents have to stay, or the nannies who bring in their children, or the grandparents, that parental guardian has to stay the whole time. Parents pay to get in, and they stay for usually an hour and a half or 3 hours, depending on the session time and length. And they get to enjoy all of the toys and the equipment here, and then I sanitize and clean everything for them. It is like a playground, but it's inside, safe from the elements. Do I have to work every day? Yes, I don't have to physically be in the Playroom every day. I have started having a couple other people help me out, so I do get days off, but all of the phone calls get transferred to my phone. I see all of the Facebook messages, so I'm constantly doing that. Even when I went on vacation, I was still answering all the phone calls. I also am a social media content creator, so I have to film and post TikToks all the time. I really don't take a day off from that. Eventually I will, but right now, no, I don't really get a day off. What advice do I have for younger people who want to start a business? So I always am so nervous to give advice about this because I feel like I'm just struggling my way through this. I am trying things, seeing what works, seeing what fails, and it's just kind of like a day-to-day learning experience for me. But I would say save your money. If you want to open your own business, especially a brick and mortar, you definitely want to save money so you have it to invest, you have it to fall back on. I also say make sure you're doing something you're passionate about. Like I just said, I don't really get a day off, but I'm passionate about the Playroom. I'm passionate about making content. So I don't really mind not having a day off because I love what I do. You know that TikTok song, about every day's a vacation when you love your occupation. That's what I'm talking about. Passion. Make sure you love it because you're going to be doing a lot of it. Also, I don't know all the answers, but I surround myself by a trusted group of people who can help me find those answers. I have my mom, my dad, my husband, the previous owner, an accountant. I have people that I can ask. So I don't need to know everything, but I need to know people I can trust that I can ask. What are the ups and the downs of owning your own business? So one of the downs, I would say, is the financial aspect. If there's something that happens, like when I needed to get all the lights done, you gotta fix that. You gotta pay for that. I don't have a boss that I can call and ask questions. I have to answer those questions. Half the time I don't know the answers to those questions, and I trial and error. It's also very stressful. I remember when I bought the business, I spent a good amount of time freaking out internally. I mean, it's a big leap, it's a big step. I have a brick and mortar business, so it feels like that extra weight. I'm always worried about numbers. I'm always worried about what's happening, what's not happening. I have to make all the decisions. I sometimes do miss the days where I could just ask my boss, ask the manager, and push things off onto them. But now it's all on me. These are some of the questions you guys had about fidgets. First, what was my first ever fidget? The Pop-It. I saw on TikTok that I needed to get one of these, so it was the first thing that I bought, and let me tell you, I thought it was ridiculous. And then I started playing with it and now I'm obsessed. How do fidgets help you and the boys? So I think that fidgets can do a couple different things. There's fidgets that can distract you and there's fidgets that can help you focus. So I like the fidgets that help me focus when I'm doing things like accounting and computer work. I find that stuff pretty difficult and I get very stressed out over it. So having a fidget that I can kind of just like fidget with definitely helps me feel more at ease. But I also like the distracting fidgets sometimes. After doing those types of tasks, I can feel very overwhelmed, and doing something to help distract me from that helps. Also, I love fidgets for the boys when we're in a car ride or we're at the grocery store or we're at a restaurant, because it can help them focus on something else and keep them entertained. What is my newest fidget? So if you guys watched my last video going shopping at the Teacher's Lounge, you saw everything I bought, but I'm gonna show you my new favorite fidget, and that is the Dimple Duo. I love these buttons. They're double-sided, so they're extra thick and they give such a good Lots of questions about pop tubes. What size pop tubes do I recommend? Now for children, I recommend like the extra large because they're a little bit sturdier, or the medium. These ones are easier to pull, but these ones are a lot sturdier. For adults, I would recommend like the mini ones. It fits in your purse. You can play with it pretty easily, and I think that an adult would be a lot safer with this one than a child. I also got asked, what is my favorite dimple? And I would have to say the Dimple Digit. I love the colors. I love that it is English on one side, Spanish on the other, and it also has Braille. I think this one is the prettiest and I find the most entertaining. What are the most popular fidgets in the playroom? And by far, pop tubes. The adults love them, the kids love them. I have so many of them because they are so popular, and they are actually starting to show a little wear and tear, so I might have to get some new ones soon. What are the best fidgets for school? So I've made a couple of TikToks about this, but I thought I'd share with you guys anything quiet, anything that won't be distracting or be used as a projectile. So I would say my favorites for school would be the Tangle, Peapods, and Marble and Mash. Where do I buy my fidgets? So you guys know the Teacher's Lounge is one of my favorite places here in St. Louis. Mrs. Bench also has great ones and she ships all over the world. Her website is called fidgettoysplus.com, and Amazon. How did I get started with fidgets? TikTok. Fidgets are like the biggest TikTok made me buy it for me. I mean, if it wasn't for all of the amazing people on TikTok telling me what to buy, where to buy, I would have had no idea. And I have definitely fallen in love with fidgets. Do I have any dangerous fidgets? So I wouldn't say that they are dangerous for everyone, but I definitely have fidgets that are not good for small children, like the magnets. These are very strong magnets and they're really only good for older kids or adults. Small kids or anybody who puts things in their mouth, I would not suggest these for because they could be super dangerous. I personally love them and cannot stop playing with them, but not good for kids. And then I also got asked for a fidget tour and how I play with my fidgets and use my fidgets. I feel like that would be an entire video all on its own. So if that's something you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments and I can film a dedicated video to just showing you all of my fidgets and how I use them, how they're used in the playroom. I can even get AJ and Charlie on board to show you guys as well. I feel like I just answered a bajillion questions and I still had so many more. So keep on asking. I answer a lot on TikTok. So if you are not following me there, head on over to TikTok. Here's my handle. And I'm constantly answering questions. I also have a whole backlog of answers there. But if you guys have anything else to ask me, just let me know down in the comments and I'd be more than happy to get to those questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really do love sharing with you guys about the playroom and myself and my family and of course fidgets. But I hope you guys had a wonderful day, or have a wonderful day, depends on what time you're watching this, and I will see you guys in the next video. But don't forget, wash your hands. Bye, guys.
Every change has a reason.